Welcome to Cyber Talk, where we talk about the life and how it is to be a cyberbacker working from home. Cyber Talk is powered by Cyberbacker, the leading provider of world-class admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our official website, www.cyberbacker.com, for more details.
All right, so good morning, good evening, and of course, good afternoon to a few people here and there. Another episode for our podcast. Now we are very lucky to have here one of our awesome cyberbackers and his awesome client. So we have here Zeke and Damary. Hi, guys. How are you doing today?
Hey, Gelo.
Good. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing great. Good. All right. So I know you guys have been working. I believe it's been a year that you guys have been partnered with each other, correct?
Yes, more than a year. Yeah,
it's been more than a year. How long has it been, Zeke?
I think it's a year and 2 months. I think 3 months. Time flies so fast.
It does. It really
How
does.
has been the partnership so far? Let's say a year and 3 months together.
So, I do think we work well together. One of the things I appreciate about Zeke is we're straightforward. I'm really down. I'm very matter of fact. I'm like, this has to get done this week. This is what we need to do. He's like, okay, what do we need to do? And I like his proactiveness and how he just takes action. So he feels like part of the family, I think, right?
Oh,
I definitely do.
Love that part of the family. How about you, Zeke? How's it been so far?
They've been so nice since day one. They've opened their arms, their hearts to me. They always provide reassurance that Zeke are doing so well. They provide acknowledgement, especially if we have great wins. If we ran into some roadblocks, instead of just focusing on the problem, we focus on the actions. And that's one of the good things that I really like about our team. We focus on creating better actions and moving to a better progressive outcome.
Oh, that's good. So of course there aren't, let's say, perfect businesses, right? But this is how you always move forward, have to move forward with things when it comes to the challenges, correct? All right. So my first question for you, Damary, is how do you effectively delegate tasks to Zeke and making sure that it's not too much for him?
So we make it a point to meet every day. It's not perfect. We always say we're going to meet at 11. Sometimes we got to change it depending on the appointments. But we try to meet daily or almost daily, and we're in communication daily all the time via text or phone. So we're always connecting each day to make sure what's the object of today, what's up, what are we up against. Sometimes I get leads overnight that I need him to just jump on and call because I'm not going to have time to deal with. We also have trackers, so we really do keep track of not just the appointments he makes, but did they show up? And because we're tracking show rate for Zeke and we're tracking close ratio for me, right? And for my team. So we're always tracking. And so whenever we see that something's sliding, we immediately want to course correct and see, well, what's happening? What do we have to change so that we can course correct it? So at the end of the day, for us, this is having X number of recruits join the company. And it starts with appointments he sets. Are they showing? And am I closing? Right?
Course, very, very important. Again, as what we say to all of our clients, this is going to be a two-way street, right? It's not supposed to be just a cyberbacker trying to make this work, also be the client and vice versa. All right. So Zeke, my next question is for you. So how do you communicate with Damary when it's, for say, you don't have any meetings, something like that? Do you text, chat?
Yes, her lines are always open. Email, text. I could call her. If she's on a meeting, she'll left me a voicemail sometimes or a text message if I can't reach her. But yeah, it's very, we don't have any problems with communication. I can always reach out to her and Bobby as well and some other teams.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So were there any tough situations that hindered you from performing well?
Well, situations, I don't really consider it as tough situations, but rather, just like what I said earlier, we ran into some roadblocks. There are some times that it's not perfect, that sometimes needs to be improved on. But since Damary and all of our teammates in our market center have been working so hard with me, I really feel that instead of focusing on the tough times, we focus on better times. So that's one good thing.
Positivity. I love that. I love that. So, Damary, how about you? How do you recognize, let's say, the efforts, the worth of Zeke working with you and your team?
So I think for me, it's just I want to see that he's being a team player. So if he knows that we're at the end of the month and I'm short on numbers, I like to see that he's also on that same page. He's part of it. It also is important to him, just like it's important to me, and vice versa. And so we really work very much as a team, and that's what's important to me. So, sometimes we have to course correct. I know this week I told them, I need you to focus on this on Monday, these people on Monday. This is a target. This is what we're going for. And then I went over my calendar and he just gets on it right away, right? And we're even course correcting on some of our scripts. We're going to be doing more co-bro calls. And he just took the initiative to call broker metrics because I told him we need to figure out how to pull the. I had it on my to-do list, but I hadn't gotten it. And then yesterday he already worked on it. I'm like, oh, this is great, So it's important to be proactive, and he's definitely proactive, but it's important to understand, he has certain metrics and goals. I have certain metrics and goals. And when one of us is off, we want to help each other reach that metric, and that's what's important to me, is just being a team player.
Wow, I really love that. Especially earlier, you mentioned that Zeke is like part of the family, part of the team all the time. So again, Zeke mentioned earlier, right, Damary, that there were some, let's say, not really tough times, but challenges, right? So how do you handle this together with Zeke?
So, what I know is about Zeke is that he's very open to change. He's very adaptable, and he takes constructive criticism quite well, I think. And so as soon as we are noticing that the numbers are slipping or the show rate is down or whatever, we start to role play. We go over different scripts. We just start to pivot, and we don't pivot overnight. Like, for example,
of course,
we want to make sure that we give whatever we're doing a certain amount of time, but when we're not seeing the results, then we just start to pivot. And sometimes we pivot not knowing what that pivot is going to look like, but we're clear that what we're doing hasn't worked, so we now have to change it. And so I think overall, it's just the ability to be able to take constructive criticism and just be able to run with it, and know that sometimes I dropped the ball. Like, I dropped the ball a few weeks ago on an email I needed to send him. And, it's like, I dropped the ball, Zeke, I'm sorry. I took accountability on my end to my recruiting team, and we just run with it, right? So it's just understanding we're human, things happen, life happens.
Of course.
And as long as we quickly course correct and move forward, I think it's fine.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So Zeke, let me ask, let's say for the first few months or up until now, were you micromanaged or macro managed by Damary, and how do you find it?
I don't call it micro and macro managing, because I think depending on what's necessary for the month, right? There are times that we really get into a more detailed conversation, like how many dials you have, how many contacts you've had, how many show-ups we've had this past few weeks. There are times that she wouldn't really ask about my dials and just look at the outcome, the show rate.
What happened?
It's what happened on the call. So it's more of what's necessary and what needs to be accomplished within that month.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So my next question is a question for both of you, of course. Okay. So what are the three best things that you like about, let's say, of course, for Zeke with Damary and Damary for Zeke? What are the three things that you like most about each other?
I think I'll go first.
Sure.
First is, I guess, I like how they show that I'm part of the team, because this is really important. First of all, I'm like way far from them, like on the other part of the world. So even if I'm all alone at home, working for them, working with them, I still feel that I am part of a team. That's one thing. Second is we work together as in one goal. They always set a goal for me, so that we won't lose track of what needs to be accomplished. And third is, I really like the family side. Every time that her daughter is on Zoom, she'd call me Pinsan. She'd call me Pinsan. So it's really heartwarming. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
My husband's Filipino, so.
Oh, okay. That's why he's familiar with terminology. That's good. Yeah. That's good. How about you, Damary? What are the three things that you like about him?
I love that you're adaptable. I mean, Zeke has been required to shift many, many times, and he does it, and he just shifts. So adaptability is huge. Proactive, it's a must, and he does it quite well. And you're just positive all the time. I mean, there's many times I get on Zoom, and you're probably not seeing me smile, but he's smiling on his end, or he's just totally chill, and he knows I'm stressed out, and he's just like, yeah, it's gonna be a good day. I'm like, it's gonna be a good day. So, positivity is big too, because, all the calls he's making and just a lot of the, everything that we deal with in the business, it's good to be positive on the other side when he's talking to whoever. So I think that helps too.
Positivity, very, very important. Okay. So my last question for you is going to be for you, Damary. Now, in your opinion, what would be the main key to a successful relationship with a cyberbacker?
I think honesty. So we have to be able to be very straightforward as to what we need for this to work, right? Because I also have the owners of the company looking at his numbers and my numbers, right? And so it really comes down to honesty and understanding this is what needs to be done. Do you need help getting it done? What can I do to help? And vice versa. And really being a team. Because like I said, at the end of the day, he has his metrics, I have my metrics. Yes. The broker of the company has their metrics. They're depending on me, I'm depending on Zeke. So it's a trickle effect, and we all need each other to make it happen, And, there's been times where, we want to check to see how he's doing. Things have happened during all the crazy COVID and the pandemic.
Yes.
Electricity's been out, internet's been out. I mean, a lot of things have happened, right?
Yes,
and over here on this side, we're like, okay, he's black, he has having a blackout. We have to pick up the pieces and run with it until he has what he needs. And we don't want to penalize anyone for things with the crazy unknown that we've had this year. So it's very much of that honesty, teamwork, family atmosphere that at the end of the day, I can't give one answer. It has to be all three.
Of course. Now let's say, give the question to you, Zeke, as well. What do you think a cyberbacker has to do to have a great relationship with his or her client?
I guess I'd like to point out good communication. That's to piggyback honesty, right? If there's honesty, meaning there's a good communication between the cyberbacker, our support system, us, the cyberbackers ourselves, and to the clients. If we are ready to communicate very well and make sure to communicate all of the things that needs to be done, things that had happened in the past that may affect the future, those things are really important.
Very, very important. Honesty and communication to all of our listeners. Very, very important to make this kind of relationship work. Okay. So that is, let's say, the end part of the serious part of the interview. So I have a few questions here just to get to know you guys a bit more. Okay. Just a few questions. What I need you to do is answer as quickly as possible. I know you've gone through this before, like a rapid fire round questions, right? So a few questions, just have to answer quickly. Okay. You guys game?
Sure.
All right. My first question is McDonald's or Burger King?
Neither.
Okay. How about you, Zeke?
Burger King.
Burger King. Pasta or pizza? So I think Damary's not a big fan of fast food. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's remove all the fast food questions here. So morning person or night owl?
Morning now.
Morning
night
now.
owl. I mean, obviously.
Yes, obviously. Night owl.
Yeah.
Dogs or cats?
I've started to work out in the mornings. I do like a 5 a.m. workout.
Wow.
So I have to now go to bed earlier so I could be up by 4.
So morning person then. But previously, were you a night owl as well?
100%.
Just like 100%. Us then. Okay, next question. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs. Good. Podcast or a book?
A podcast.
Podcast?
I guess, podcast. Why not?
Of course, that's good. So you are going to be listening to the episode. So beach or mountains?
Beach.
Beach for me too.
Beach.
Yeah.
Good. That's 2 for 2. Movie theater or Netflix?
Netflix.
I guess Netflix, even though I'm not crazy about Netflix.
Okay. I counted wrong. That's 4 of 4. So a big living room or a big kitchen?
Big kitchen.
Living room for me.
Living room. Okay. Finally, we had a separate answer. Now, if you had
don't cook.
I don't.
Oh, really? Even at home or for family, friends?
Well, I can cook an egg, a hot dog, but I mean,
The simple ones. Okay, that's
the
fine.
simple ones.
All right. If you had a superpower, what would it be? Read minds or see the future?
Gee.
I would say read minds.
Read
Yeah,
minds.
me too. Probably, yeah. I think it's gonna be useful for my job,
Oh,
especially
yes, of
if I call leads, set them appointments.
Yeah, read minds because see the future. The future can change with a,
Every time.
with a change. With
True.
contracts.
Yeah, with a blink of an eye, the future could change, right? So another question: TV series or movies?
Movies.
Movies.
Series for me.
Series. Okay, so
Yeah.
based on my count, I'm not sure if I got it correctly. 5 out of 5, you guys have the same answer. So good job. Now, we have what we call a term here, Cyberbacker. Are you guys familiar with the word Donald ducking?
Yes.
Donald duck. Yes,
No.
Zeke is familiar. Damary. So Zeke, I'd like you to explain to Damary what Donald ducking is.
Should I? Okay. Well, Donald ducking is you're wearing casual or formal attire. What do you call this? Above your this one, the shirt.
Oh,
But you're wearing a shorts or wearing whatever
Yeah, pajamas
below
or whatever.
pajamas below the camera.
So that
Especially for
is
working at
Donald
home,
ducking.
Yeah.
That is Donald ducking. So let me ask you, Zeke and Damary, have you ever done Donald ducking before? Or
for
right now?
sure.
For sure.
Yes.
Oh, not
Okay,
right now. I'm at the office.
Yes.
She's at the office,
Office.
obviously, but I'm home. I'm definitely doing it right now. But I'm wearing a polo shirt.
Of
Yeah, you
course,
can't see
always
it.
have to look good, right? Of
Yeah.
course. Now, I would like to ask, what is one thing that you'd like to share with the people listening to this podcast right now about Cyberbacker, and if they want to be part of Cyberbacker? Let's go first with you, Damary.
Well, I think it's a great resource, especially for either if it's an agent or someone in leadership. We only have so much time in the day. And so if you have a support on the team that can make the calls, follow-up calls, whatever, it really adds to the efficiency. So I definitely 100% recommend it, but it is going to require for there to be accountability. I mean, there's a lot required for this to work, but that happens with everything. So 100%, I definitely back it up.
Of course, of course. How about you, Zeke? People who would want to be part of Cyberbacker.
Yes, on our side, especially if we're looking for a job or a stable career, this is the perfect way, or this is the perfect company to be with. Especially last year when the world shut down, most part of the world shut down and stopped. My world continued with them, so it gave me an opportunity. Cyberbacker gave me an opportunity to meet these great people and to still be able to support my family and build great relationship with different people. So
You've been going through the pandemic. I love it. I love it. So, Zeke, Damary, thank you very much for your time. And to our listeners, again, next week, we're going to be dropping another episode. So please continue to follow us. And thank you very much for your time. We will talk to you again soon.
Thank you for listening to our weekly episode of Cyber Talk. Tune in again next week for a brand new episode. Visit our official website, www.cyberbacker.com, and don't forget to like Cyberbacker on Facebook and Instagram. I'll see you again next week, and don't forget, make life bigger with Cyberbacker. Till next time.